good evening to you. My name is Nicolette. I am the creator for the podcast titled You're Worthless, Read That Again, Juxtaposition of Your Very Soul. First off, thank you very much for saying yes to be interviewed today. When I read through, okay, funny thing is, quick story. When I was going through the dashboard and I saw your name, at one point you were number one, and I'm like, and I just happened to click on it, and I was like, oh, his profile seems very interesting. I've never heard of Web3, and you talk about spirituality as well, so it's like two end of the spectrum. So I said, okay, let's get him on, and thank you for saying yes.
Yeah, no, and you're right. They may spirituality and Web3 may seem like two opposite ends of the spectrum, but in
Yeah,
reality, they're
it is
polar. So
actually the same,
it's
right?
the same, just different degrees, and they all they relate together a lot if you just don't think about
Please,
it.
yeah, but please do. I mean, like, enlighten me. Okay, but my ritual, for every guest that I have on, I'd like to read a bit of their introduction before we go straight to our conversation. Is that all right for you?
Yeah, whatever's good for you, I'm down for.
Okay. So, hi everyone. We have Eric McHugh here. I hope I spelled it correctly. I
Yes,
pronounced it correctly. Okay.
who cares?
Eric here is a 30-year-old entrepreneur whose philosophy emphasizes the importance of simplicity, adaptability, and a clear mind, which has translated well into the world of Web3 entrepreneurship. Eric specializes in leveraging his strategic thinking and adaptability to create innovative and effective solutions to the challenges facing this cutting industry. As a staunch individualist, Eric is a vocal advocate for the decentralization of power and control, promoting the democratization of access and opportunity in the digital world. Wow.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
big statements there.
Yeah, that sounds fancy and all, but to be honest, I find it slightly cringeworthy. It was just like an article a while back that wrote that, so I just copied and pasted. So whenever someone reads it out to me, I'm just like slight ick, where it's like, eh.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you must have somebody prepared for you, right? Like when I read your profile, there's like a PR section. Okay, you read this for whatever it is that you're.
so
you're-
you can probably tell the portion I did myself and the PR
yes,
portion.
yes, yes.
There's a
The
clear
part,
difference.
I think, yeah, it's I think the part where you did it yourself, like, hi, my name is Eric. I think like that's
That
it,
one,
right?
that one's definitely me. The other one's just some PR, just stuff.
Yeah, you're really. I mean, your trademark is really simplicity, and I'm like, wow, he is really simple,
Yeah.
and he tells it as it is. So, Eric, what was it like growing up as
Uh,
Eric? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Honestly, I had a really blessed childhood. I grew up in a nice neighborhood, had tons of friends, went to church, went to Catholic school for a bit, had a loving family, had access to my extended family, which was cool because half the Filipino side, they moved from the Philippines to around
To
to
right
near
to
where we live. So,
America.
so we all had every Sunday we had the Filipino get-togethers with like Lola, great Lola, and like someone would always bring like the lechon,
Lola
the
and
pot.
Lulo.
Yeah, yeah. The true OGs. So like we always had the Filipinos.
True, jeez, yes.
We always had
So
and they're like it was funny because how they're like the bosses of the family,
I know,
mafia style. Like whenever you enter,
of
like
course.
they're sitting
I
on.
don't care who you are,
Yeah,
but
it's
when
like
you're in my household,
yeah. No,
you
it's
go by
like
my rules.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're sitting in their chair and you go and you greet them, then you do your thing
Do you
first.
do you still do that MN thing? I don't know, like how like when you go to a household, right, where there's older people, you it's like a sign of respect. You take their hand and you put it on your forehead. Do you do that?
No, no, we don't, but
No.
we
Okay.
should.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. So, yes, you were saying that you're half Filipino, so that means you go back to the Philippines often.
Uh, Not so often. Last time I went was like right before COVID and all that started. So I went for some family grandpa funeral stuff, which was
Oh,
beautiful because
sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's fine. He returned, but yeah, no, we went to Manila. We stayed at Coron is obviously
uh,
very beautiful. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So it was a nice trip. Plus, we got to see some old family, which is nice.
Which part of the Philippines?
Just Manila.
Oh, just Manila. Okay, Metro
Yeah,
Manila. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we did Metro, and then we have like I forget the two names, but we had like a beach place and like a place in the mountains, like a townhouse. So like or a family.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. It's right near the volcano,
Gosh. Yes, yes. Oh God.
and the other
Okay,
one's through
I
the beach place is through the forest. It's I think it's Pico.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
But the one by the hills, that one I remember, but I've forgotten what's the name because I was there back in 2015.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So Eric, what is your backstory?
Sure. So I'm 30 years old. Like I said, I'm living in Los Angeles. My main hobbies right now are chess, reading, Muay Thai, and meditation. I just got back from a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat in Joshua Tree, California. If that interests anyone, I honestly highly recommend they check it out. It's a beautiful, transformative experiences. And there's centers all over the world, probably some in Malaysia as well, since there's heavy Malaysian influence on that type of meditation. In terms of,
Mm-hmm.
I went to school in California. In terms of work, my first job was at Snap, helping craft their ad algorithm. And then after that, I got a job as a bankruptcy consultant, which essentially just walks companies through the Fortune 500 bankruptcy process. And then from
Right,
there, I jumped off to do my own thing because that was kind of boring. It didn't really align with my ethos as a person. So I'm just like, yeah, well, let's try this.
right. So, walk me through. So you graduated, and then you went to Snap, and then you went to do your deb, I don't know, bankruptcy process for companies, right? And
Yes,
then you started yourself.
I went to Snap, went to the bankruptcy consultant firm. At that
Mm-hmm.
point, I was really getting to cryptocurrency and why cryptocurrency is important. I was doing all the
Mm-hmm.
research, and the non-rent-seeking behavior of cryptocurrency didn't align with the bankruptcy ethos. And the reason for that is when a company's going through the bankruptcy process, a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of people are owed money, and there's
Yeah.
tiers. So there's tier one, tier two, tier three, tier four. Tier
Yep.
one gets paid out first, then tier two, then tier
Yeah.
four gets paid out last. Obviously, me, you, and the normal people are tier four, just because that's generally how the laws work, which is backwards, but it is what it is. So as a firm, we were building out a company, and we were taking from a pool of money that I felt should have gone to tier four. So I quit
Mm-hmm.
that, started going to cryptocurrency meetups in the area, met up with the original ShopX team. We started another SaaS platform as well, which got VC funded, which was a fun experience. But right now, I'm working on two different projects. And the reason I'm working on two is I feel everyone is happiest when they're serving other people. And I think God, the creator, the universe, or whatever you want to call it, I think He gives all of us individual gifts that we
Yeah.
should take advantage of to better serve the collective. And the only way to take advantage of your individual gifts is to do what you feel like, because obviously, if you're doing what you feel like, it's yours, not what
Yeah.
someone tells you to do. So this just
Mm-hmm.
resulted in two companies for me. The first is ShopX, a Web3 e-com platform. So we help e-commerce brands monetize in Web3. And the second is Data.ing, which is the first ever AI-powered matchmaking service.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw you promoting it over your profile. So
Yes,
tell me more about the Web3. What is Web3? And then we'll go to Data Inc. Yeah.
sure. So in terms of Web3, I think it's easiest if you go back to Web 1 versus Web 2 and just track that progression. So Web 1, just think of read only. So in Web 1, you can go online, you can read stuff, which is great because that spreads a bunch of information.
Mm-hmm.
Web 2, the easiest way to frame that is think of social media, so like Instagram or Facebook. So in Web 2, you can read and you can write, but you don't own. So I can write myself an Instagram post. You can read my Instagram post. You can interact with that post. You can do what you will. The
Mm-hmm.
issue is Instagram owns that post. So they can sell my data for nefarious purposes. They can cancel any of my content if I don't follow a particular narrative. I could say something
Right.
else. I could say something on this podcast right now. 10 years later, it's not okay. They could just
Yeah.
cancel both of us for that particular reason for whatever reason they want. So that's because they own the information, not us. So in
Mm.
Web3, it's read, write, and own. So not only can we read content and write content, but we also own the content. And that content can come in the form of cryptocurrency or NFT. So let's say hypothetically, so my area of expertise is e-commerce. So like our software empowers brands to create NFT collections and then add e-commerce value to that NFT collections, like in discounts or exclusive products or and stuff like that. So let's
Mhm.
say hypothetically, I'm an e-commerce brand. I create an NFT. You then purchase the NFT, or I gift you the NFT. Either way, the NFT is in your hands. There's now a connection between me and you and no third party. So I can send value your way. So I can send you early access to products. I can send you 20% off. I can send you access to in real life events. So there's a stream of value that can free flow between me and you. And the
Mm-hmm.
cool thing is you own that NFT. So let's say I created that NFT, great. If I want to take that NFT away from you, I can't take it away from you. And that's a big problem in today's commerce, like with like Amazon, for example. In startups, they offer Amazon AWS credits.
Mm-hmm.
Our ShopX AWS credits, they recently just took it away for no apparent reason. Or like our rep left or something along those lines. So when he left, the deal that he promised us didn't go through. So then we're
Mm-hmm.
just like, how do we get our AWS credits? And like, oh, we can't honor this because it was his deal, which I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of stupid, but it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is because it's their credits. But if they're an
Right.
NFT, they couldn't take it away from you. The government, they can't take away that NFT from you. Instagram can't take away that NFT from you. It's your NFT to do what you will with it. And an NFT, it really just stands for non-fungible token. In layman's terms, it means digital scarcity on the internet. So if you want to think of cyberspace, an NFT is just like a plot of land. Like we may own a plot of land in the real world. I'm the only owner of that land. What I want to do with that land, it's up to me. I can build a
Mm.
house. I can build a garden. I can do nothing. I can build a school. It's my land. It's my decision. So that's where NFTs come in.
So I've got you were mentioning those things. I've got two questions in my head. Like number one, what are the regulations like now that you are going into this space of NFT, right? And you're saying what let's say two transaction, two people, and then how is the government seeing this? Number one, and number two, what is your projection into the future? What's it gonna be like?
Yes, it depends on which government you talk about, and regulations are still very unclear because the people making the
Yeah,
regulations in the United States
exactly.
are they're like 80 years old. They don't know what they're doing, and not to mention they don't like it as well because Web three Web3 and cryptocurrency represents freedom for the people and ownership. They
Precisely.
they like owning it. So for example, in cryptocurrency, let's say Bitcoin were to take off.
Mm,
Right now, a government official can print unlimited money, spend that money on whatever they want. So they have access to unlimited money, unlimited power. And on top of
mm,
that, it's a very opaque system. Like in the United States, it's like, what can we spend?
yeah.
Oh, how are they spending the money? Oh, we don't know. Like the Federal Reserve, they can't even pass an audit. But in a crypto, and then on top, while they have that
They
control,
can't pass an audit.
yeah, they can. They lose trillions of dollars every single year. It's ridiculous. Well, that just means they're bribing someone and giving money away.
Mm,
But on that side, while they have that freedom with the current monetary system, they can peer down and look at all of our individual transactions and cancel us whenever we like. So in a Bitcoin system, that's flipped on its head. So first off, in a
mm,
Bitcoin system, you can't inflate that away. So they can't
mm,
just like inflate it cause inflate they can't use inflation to just fund wars or whatever they want. And on top of that, since it's a transparent ledger,
mm,
people can look back at them like, okay, you have $5 trillion. Where did it go? And you can actually track where they went. And they
mm,
can't. And from their level, it's pseudonymous, meaning they can see individual wallet addresses and see what they're doing, but they can't know. They can't just mass scan. So if they wanted to figure out this wallet who they are, they could, but they can't just scale. They can't surveil everyone at scale. Yeah. So
okay.
so so to answer your question, they're pushing back. They don't like it. They're unclear of their legal regulations, but fortunately for ShopX, it's not just one government, so there's multiple governments that you have to deal with, and they all have different incentives. Like, for example,
Mm,
some more forward-thinking governments are going to adopt this first. They're going to make better rules to attract the talent, to attract the capital, and the slower-moving governments have to follow. So there's that. And ShopX also has some of the best legal counsel in the world, so everything I say is just not legal advice, and I defer a lot to them. A cool thing is, so ShopX, we have the first ever tokenized software license systems. So if
mm,
a brand wanted to enter our ecosystem, they have to purchase a certain amount of our tokens, which are software licenses.
mm-hmm.
And our biggest client is Fox TV. So this passed the legal scrutiny for Fox, and now Fox owns some ShopX license,
Ah,
sets really good precedent for other brands. If Fox is because like it's not easy getting a major corporation to purchase
exactly.
something like that. So like they did that. That's a green flag for a lot of other companies.
Wow. So you managed to get Fox X on board. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
How did you do
uh,
that?
lots of hard work. Just lots of.
Back and forth.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. So we worked with multiple teams on getting their first show. So it's centered around their show Krapopolis, which is the creator of Rick and Morty. If you watch that, I'm a big Rick and Morty fan. So I like Rick
I've
and
heard
Morty.
of it, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So what the reason they did this too is so NFTs they create really good customer loyalty. They create really good brand excitement. So prior to the release of the show, they launched their NFT collection, and they were able to first of all, they made a bunch of money from their NFT sales prior to the release of the show, but more importantly, they already had a fan base going into their first episode. So when their first episode aired, it actually had record numbers because they had the loyal fan base set up because of their NFT collection. And now if you own one of the NFTs, you get special perks like your crab chicken may show up in a show, you get merchandise, you can vote on stuff, you get exclusive content. So now there's that relationship between me and I own a crab chicken, so now there's a relationship between me and the show. And if I want to sell the crab chicken in the future, again, it's my NFT. I can do so on the secondary market, make a profit if I so choose. And the cool thing from Fox's end is if I sell my NFT, they can program in royalties for themselves, so they can make a cut as well.
Wow, so it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Thank you, Eric. So what about okay, I think we're gonna go through the Web3 first and then data-ing. So how to build a company from ground up?
Oh, so that's honestly just a bunch of trial and error. Like nothing,
Really? Okay. How was your journey?
nothing ever works the first time. So you just have to keep that positive mindset. So it's really important to have your North Star in mind. So we know the goal we're gonna hit, and I think that creates a quantum collapse in the sense like, okay, there's infinite number of realities where we hit that goal, we hit not that goal, and everything in between. So if you set your attention on hitting that goal, you eventually hit that, and the middle ground figures it out. And from that, it's just a stream of just failing upwards, trying a bunch of things. Like you'll try 9 things in a row, and none of those 9 things work. But hey, that's a good thing because now you know 9 things that don't work. You're closer to finding the solution. And then you try the 10th thing, it starts to work. You're getting really happy, and then for whatever reason, 3 days later, it just stops working for some apparent reason. Then you figure out why it stopped working, and then you adapt, you adjust, and you just keep going forward. So the name of the game really is just consistency, and you'll eventually have your breakthrough. And the important thing is intention of the company. So if your company has an intention to do good, people will pick up on that on a subconscious level and then rally and support you, which is important for ShopX because it's an ecosystem based project. So like we have a community of over 9,000 wallet holders, which are just 9,000 people supporting the project. They wouldn't do so if the company wasn't out to do good.
So did you start it by yourself or did you have like friends with you?
So we had a close team. So
Right.
I think the workforce is moving towards smaller teams working like smaller, like around 5 to 10 person teams working on different projects from different areas around the globe, and just working that way, just because it's much more efficient versus like that 20,000
Traditional, yeah.
like the TradFi, the Northrop Grummans of the world, where they're just slow, sluggish, just eating tons of capital. So I think this way is much more efficient.
No, you know why I'm asking is because I just left my 9 to 5. So
Oh,
I'm about
nice.
to, yeah. So I'm about to enter to my own therapy and coaching. I'm setting up my own practice. So when I saw this, like how do you, thank you. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, maybe I could get some insights from you because obviously you've started something and it seems to be doing very, very well. So
Uh,
yeah.
I guess specifically for you, just take care of your first customers extremely well, and then word will spread.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
that's
Take
the
care of
main.
the customer.
Yeah, like that always just works. And then everything else, like the ads or how you get clients, if whether it's referrals or ads or like I'm obviously no expert in therapy or online coaching, so but the rest will figure itself out if you just take care of the customer and actually do right by them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
well,
that advice. So, all right. How do you onboard a major brand into Web3?
yeah. So with ShopX, we made again keeping it simple is important because Web3 is just some convoluted subject. No one really knows what it is, so
Yeah.
we try to avoid the terms Web3 as much as possible. What I like to
Right.
do is I just like to give the case studies like these are what other brands did. This is how much money they made. These are the conversion rates they get. And then from there, so normally if you had to onboard, let's say you had wanted to onboard your therapy practice into Web3 for whatever reason, not sure why, but let's say you wanted to, you would have to hire a Web3 dev, you'd have to hire a graphic designer, you have to do a bunch of stuff, you'd have to educate your potential customers on why they enter Web3. So that's a tall order. So what we've done is we've simplified that whole process into two apps on both Shopify and WooCommerce. So Shopify and WooCommerce are e-commerce platforms where if you're trying to sell stuff online, you'll probably use one of their platforms. So just like Apple has its app store of just phone apps, those have apps for their e-commerce brands to use. And ShopX is an app within that ecosystem. So if you wanted to enter Web3 and launch a NFT collection with e-commerce value, you would just go to your Shopify store, download the ShopX app, and then within the app, you can launch your own smart contract NFT collection by filling out two simple forms. So you just have to fill out like the name of your NFTs, the price, the description, a picture, how many NFTs you want made, click next, fill out a landing page for your customers so they can purchase it. It's like name the NFTs. When do you want the landing page to go live? A description. You click next, your NFT and your landing page are deployed. Since we're already on board, since we're already working within the Shopify ecosystem, all your products are already there because it's from the Shopify backend. So you just say, click add products. So if Nike were to launch a gold style pass, their products are all there. So they can add products to the NFT, giving the customer who owns that NFT exclusive access to those products. And then from there, the customer can purchase the NFT with either Ethereum or with credit card to make it simple for them.
I was just thinking when you said it. So you're talking about products, or what about services? Now, Fox coming in is as a service, right? So I was just thinking about Podmatch. How can you? I mean, how? Okay, so just take an example as such as I don't want to say Podmatch, but yeah, that platform. How can that be onboarded onto this thing, and how can people operate that ecosystem?
Okay, so let's say hypothetically,
Yeah.
there's tiers for the guest list. So there's a free tier, there's a $30 tier, and the $60 tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say they could do an NFT. Let's say they do a tier style section where they do one tier above that. Then Alex, as the controller of Podmatch, he can create a specific Discord channel, a specific section of the website where let's assume that the people who want to go on the most podcasts who do the best. He can create online coaching from there, so only they get access to that. He can create a section on the website where only NFT holders get access to that. So from the host perspective, like, okay, these are the serious people, these are the top people, and then they can identify who's from there. If Podmatch ever wanted to start selling merch, they can do that, and only NFT holders can get access to that. And the cool thing about this is, let's say hypothetically I get the NFT, I'm part of the top tier. But for whatever reason, I'm over the podcasting. It's like I'm done with it. I can then pass that Podmatch or a Podmatch NFT to a friend or family if I want to, or just sell it online. I can make my money back. Alex could then make money if that's what he could allow. So if he wanted to allow selling, you can, or you can make it a sold on token, meaning only one person can buy it.
Wow. Perfect.
But and the cool thing is, let's say Podmatch becomes like the next Snapchat or Facebook. It just really blows up it blows up in value. It becomes like the next major thing. Because I own the NFT, I was there from the early beginnings. If Podmatch shoots up, then there's going to be increased demand for my NFT, and then the value of my NFT could actually increase as well. So it's a way for him, Alex, to share his success with the NFT holders. So if it blows up, goes 10, 20x the value, then I'm free to sell it as well. So there's that pumpy financial aspect of it.
There's a next billion dollar advice from you to Alex.
Yeah. And what needs to happen is the whole Web3. So there's two reasons why Web3 is not massively adopted. The first is incentives. Like, there's no real reason for like my Lola to enter Web3, nor would I ever send her there. She just doesn't need to be involved with that any way, shape, or form. So ShopX is trying to help with that by adding the e-commerce aspect. It's like, okay, Lola, if you want this product, you want this discount, you want your 50% off, here's NFT for that. So we're helping the incentive problem. The second is the UI. So in terms of Web3, the user experience just isn't there for the average person. It's complex, things go slow, there's no customer support because it's like the backbone of the internet. So it's like, the internet doesn't work, who do you call? So it's that type of experience. So yes, you can figure it out, but it's not ready for everyone. But that's getting fixed as well. So Web3 is composable, meaning it takes advantage of the compound interest software, so we all build off each other. So as major brands like Nike, Sephora, Lululemon, they all enter the space, they have the capital incentive to create a seamless, because they're not going to send their customers just some bad UI.
Yeah.
they're gonna create the good experience for their customers, and then once they bring on those masses, everyone can kind of copy, see what they do, and the whole space just gets exponentially easier to use as a whole. Long term for Web3 to be successful, everything just has to be done on the back end. No one needs to be
Mm.
know they're doing Web3 stuff.
Okay. So again, it's a paradox. But what made you um went ahead with WebEx, with ShopX is everything that you just mentioned. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it is like a chicken and egg type thing.
Yeah. But I guess you thought it all out already before before starting it, like,
It
because it's
just
always pros and cons.
it just kind
Yes.
of happened. So like I said, I think in the earlier I mentioned like you just want to be authentic and follow your own intellectual gifts. So for me, it's I got into cryptocurrency because my original goal is to live a nice, peaceful life. I found that harder to do if I felt the money system was corrupt,
Mm.
which led me to find physical gold and physical silver as a potential solution for that. And that led me to Bitcoin. And then ShopX is a way to onboard people into that ecosystem at scale. So again, it's just like following natural, just like what you feel like. It's like, okay, this could work. And then luckily that was a while ago, so the groundwork is all set up for, I guess, success.
Yeah. I'll live that for you. So, okay. What is the future of Web3?
All done completely in the background. So my mom, whatever, she'll take out her phone, she'll tap something online, the NFT will do her thing, she'll get her discount, the payment will go through, the merchant will either get paid in cryptocurrency, but they don't know that. What happens on the back end is that cryptocurrency gets converted to a stable coin, which is like a peg to the US dollar, and then an Oracle service like Chainlink just switches out that back to their dollar accounts in the US or in their banking system. And all of that is done without them knowing. I think cryptocurrency as a whole, it elevates society. It boosts the incentive structure. It replaces the base incentive structure of what we have right now. So
Mm.
if you think about it logically, let's say I want to get rich without producing any value. How do I do this? I just place myself right next to the money printer and I take money from the money printer, which is effectively stealing from everyone. I use that
Mm.
money printed money. I give it to my friends through contracts or just back channels. They get rich as
Mm.
well. And now there's three corrupt people in the top layers of government. Those three corrupt layers will defeat the non-corrupt people because they have unlimited lobbying power, they have unlimited money. You have to pay to
Mm.
play. So that's how the system gets corrupt, and that's from the incentive structure. Whereas in
Mm.
a cryptocurrency world, if I want to get rich, if Bitcoin is the base layer, how do I do this? Well, I can't print it away. I have to produce a tremendous amount of value for a lot of people in order to accumulate a lot of Bitcoin. So if
Mm.
Nicolette, if I wanted your Bitcoin, I can't. How do I get it? I can't take it from you. I can't inflate it away from you. I have to produce something for you that you like, and then
In
you
exchange of value.
it's a voluntary send it to me. So that's the
Mm.
base layer for everyone. People are thinking that mindset. Then people can follow their own intellectual curiosity. Then they can live in a state of abundance. And as more people live in that state of abundance, the world gets better and better overall. And then it just elevates from there. And AI, I think, is a tool to leverage that. For example, AI is like a tool to leverage. So AI and blockchain work very well for me. So for example, like let's use you as an example. If you want to start your consultancy firm, AI is still beginning, but like you could write all the copy with AI. Normally you'd have to hire a copywriter. You can do the website. You normally have to hire a graphic designer. You
Mm.
could create a logo. Normally you'd have to hire a graphic designer. You can even
Mm.
write the code for the website using AI. I know people who created websites from no code. And this is what you could do because you have an idea, and then you can put that idea out into the world and start doing good for people. And you can do this all as a one-man army just by leveraging your talents. So like if you can do it, a kid in India can do it, a kid in America can do it. We can all do it. So
Wow, you just gave me an idea because I was
yeah.
about to hire somebody to do some of those things for me. And then, but marketing, how can I? Because marketing is definitely not my forte. Like, how do I leverage AI for my marketing?
So in terms of graphics, so the cool
Yeah,
thing about AI is I don't think it can do a bunch of work, but I don't think it replaces human creativity. So every email I send,
exactly.
every graphic you make, I'm still gonna look at it and then optimize it from there. But it helps you get
Right,
the thought vomit out. So it helps with
right.
that. In terms of marketing, email marketing, it worked extremely well for me just because what we do is we do normal sales. So we have a CRM. They send
Mm-hmm.
sequence of emails so you can track exactly who opens what at what time, the response rates and everything. So it helps you optimize for that really well. Who knows? You can even ask, hey, how would I market this if I were you? And give you suggestions. Like,
Yeah.
give me five if you're trying to do social media stuff. give me 5 viral coaching campaigns that worked extremely well, and then it'll give you that. Then you can tweak it for your own. Yeah,
Wow, thank you. Thank
hey,
you. Yeah, thank you. I would definitely get to work on that.
yeah. No.
I
Plus,
got so
you can
yeah.
talk. You can have a conversation with yourself through AI too. So instead of so
Which tool are you using?
I'm using ChatGPT for it.
So ChatGPT. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
yeah.
my organization they blocked ChatGPT. So I was like,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well.
Uh,
Yeah.
I just gotta get it through my phone or something because the letter I'm using is my company. So
Oh, that's
so
right.
okay,
Yeah.
cool,
I
cool,
guess
cool, cool.
VPN or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Like, because if you're trying to bounce ideas off something,
Mm-hmm.
it's a really good way to do that. And for your copying, be like, okay, write me a whatever sentence, or
Yeah,
spit out me a paragraph, and you can be like,
like
make this.
hashtags, right?
Yeah.
Like top
Yeah. Like, what are the
15
top
hashtags. Yeah.
hashtags going? Then you can be like, write this sentence using these hashtags. Read it over. Okay, it's too long. Make it half the size. Make it this many words. You can even adjust for tone too. So it's like make it funnier, make it happier, make it friendly. So you can just continuously optimize from there, and you can really just spit out a bunch of content.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, you're
So
welcome.
tell so tell us about your dating.
Okay, so this is related to ShopX because everything's related. I was on a crypto podcast tour a while ago for ShopX. I was on this one dude's named Mark. As a crypto economy, we kept in touch after. He's the CEO of Dating. So a while ago, this random AI thing followed me on Twitter. I'm like, what is this? And then we had a conversation. I found it funny, so we started working on that ever since. So what Dotting is, it's the first ever AI-powered matchmaking service. What we do is we auto-generate profiles for users based on their digital footprint, and then we create matches based on their digital footprint. So this solves 3 issues that are caused by dating apps. The first issue of dating app is, let's be real, it's hot or not. Like, are they attractive? Yes or no? And then you just make the assumption based on that, which doesn't really work well for an authentic connection.
Right.
The second issue is the top 5% of users get access to everyone on the app. So if you're on a dating app, it's unlikely you're seeing everyone on the app just because they want to keep people engaged. And how do you keep people engaged? You show them like the best, I guess, product type of thing.
Mm.
And the
Mm.
third issue is the incentive structure behind the dating app. So if Tinder were to match a happy couple, what happens? That happy couple then leaves the app. Then Tinder loses a paying customer. Tinder is owned by Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs does not like to lose money. So they're incentivized to keep people coming back to the app. So if do you know anyone on dating apps?
Yeah.
Do they delete the app and download the app, delete the app, download the app?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that cycle is all baked in. So that's a type of marketing called churn marketing, where it's you keeping someone on like a Ferris wheel. So dating apps work behind that. So that's how they make their money. And what
Mm.
Dotting is, it's different because our goal is to put users in the position to succeed. So for example, I get 3 matches: Ashley, Kimberly, Jane. It's like, okay, Jane seems interesting. I get a little bio on her. Tell me more about Jane. She connected to her Facebook. She's the youngest, you're the oldest. Our pattern recognition software says that does well. She connected her Instagram. You both go to a bunch of national parks. She connected her LinkedIn. You both went to a 4 university and studied the same degree. She connected her Spotify. Oh, did you know that you both follow this one artist? Concert's coming up in a month. Would you like me to suggest a date with Jane? Cupid then
Wow.
suggests a date. It suggests a date with Jane, and then on Jane's end, she sees my profile since I connected my social media, like all my accounts. She sees my recent posts, which is good because I think from the woman's side, comfort is very important. Just because meeting a stranger online can be kind of like scary, to be honest. So
Yeah.
that helps. From her side, she can see like mutual friends and stuff. So it's like, okay, we know some of the same people. That's a good sign. And then she can click accept to the date. She accepts the date. It'll throw it on both our calendars, so we both have the schedule going. Let's say we meet up, we fall in love, we do the whole marriage thing. Then it can act as a relationship butler. So it's like you guys haven't been on a date in 3 months. The kids are
Oh
yeah.
wow.
The kids. We recommend this babysitting service for the kid. The place you had your second date is having a half off sale on ice cream. Would you like me to make reservations from there? Make some reservations. We go on that date. Or her birthday's coming up. It's like, hey, you may not want to forget her birthday. Here's a reminder. Oh, she just added this thing to her Pinterest board. It might make a good gift. So it can help from there, from that aspect. And this is how dating makes our money because that's important. Dating has to get paid too. We're people. We need rent. We need food. So we make our money if we're gonna make our money if they schedule a date within the platform and pay for the date. At that point, we would take a commission. So our incentive is to get people on as many dates as possible because we get more commission. And let's say we make it easy and convenient, because then if our service does well, it's just good dates. After they match, they get enter exclusive relationship or not. It's up to them. Then if our service is suggesting good dates based on both their digital footprints, because it makes it really convenient. It's like, would you want to do this? No one wants a plan. It does everything for you. There's a good plan. They play. So if that's convenient itself, they'll keep using us for dates. We'll keep getting paid. They'll keep going on dates. And the cool thing is, because it's pattern recognition AI software, so AI at its core is just really good at pattern recognition at scale. So the longer you're on the app, the better it gets at matching you. So its algorithm gets smarter. So the likelihood of, which is opposite of Tinder, it's like Tinder, the longer you're on the app, the more likely you are to stay on the app. For us, the longer you're on the app, the more likely we're going to find you a better match, because it's like, I say no, 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 no. It's like, okay.
And then, okay, do you readjust based on
they readjust.
your preferences?
And the same works for dates too. So it's going to be better at matching people suggesting dates. And the cool thing is, it's going to be able to analyze in the future. It's like, okay, person A, you went on 4 dates and they never go past the second date. And I can help you why. It's like, okay, well, obviously it's like on a second date. You're planning this stupid second date. Try something new. Here's what other people's worked for other people, and it makes a suggestion based on that. So it can act as a relationship coach or a relationship butler.
Right.
And long term, it can be a community building app too. It doesn't have to stop at dating. So it'd be like, find me 5 friends in my local area into Muay Thai, into meditation, and I can find that as well, and then you can build a community.
What's the pricing structure like to be on Data.ing?
It's free for now.
It's
So
free.
yeah, so right now we're on waitlist phase because
So
we're
your
learning.
commission is from the dates they go to.
Correct.
Wow. You're changing the world, Eric. I am very impressed.
Everyone is changing the world. We're all connected. That's how I feel. So I think if you picture God, I'm guessing, yeah, you believe in God.
Yes.
If
Yes, I
you
do.
picture God as the sun, so he's the creative. Everything comes from the sun.
Yeah.
I'm a ray of sun from God. You're a ray of sun from God. So we have our individuality, but at the same time, we still come from the source, which is God of the universe. And since we're both
Yeah.
rays of the sun, we're also the same. Where it's like, if I'm making fun of you, another ray of the sun, that's stupid because I'm just making fun of myself. So
For
it's like,
myself. Yeah.
why would I do that?
That's
Doesn't
true.
make any
That's
sense.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Eric. You're doing great work. Okay, tell us about your spiritual journey.
Oh, so that's a fun one. So
Yeah.
it started off in the VC incubator. So with that one, so after the consulting whatever job, we started another startup as just a normal SaaS platform, which got VC funded by one of the top VCs in the world, in the country actually, and we operate out of an incubator. So what an incubator is, it's essentially startup school. So it's like, we had our work, like it's like school. It's like we had our desk right next to us, another startup, next to us another startup, next to us another startup, and just like in a warehouse type building. And the people next to us were actually liquid death water. So there's that. So at that time, I was surrounded by so many smart people in different fields. Like, could be tech, could be CPG, could be whatever. Actually, one of our friends are they founded Pray.com. So if you're Catholic, it's actually a good app. So during that time,
Okay.
obviously,
Great. Up.
yeah, they got really good domain. But so
Yeah.
like,
Like, well, how did you secure that?
oh, it probably cost $10. It's a good one. But so during that time, I'd have coffee, lunches, walks with as many people as I can to absorb as much information as possible. And I noticed that there's a trend near from the people in the most, like, I guess, successful positions, where they'd all meditate, they all go on walks. Pretty much all of them had a spiritual practice. So at that
Right.
point, obviously, I ignored it because I'm like, no, I have to work like 12, 15 hours a day to get this all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then coming back to full cycle, I eventually read a book someone recommended to me, and then that was sort of like when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and then I just started getting a flood of just spiritual content from all the grades. So I just got overloaded with that information. I recently went on a 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat. So what that is, it's the method that the Buddha used to reach enlightenment. So it's 10
Yes.
days, all meditation, no phone, no writing, no looking at people, no talking, just straight noble silence. So what you do is you focus your breathing in the area around, like this triangle around your nose. Once you get good at that, you start to pick up different sensations. And then from there, you scan your body every inch back and forth over and over again. And this extracts the traumas that you stored throughout your life. So if you think about it, like if you're a scientist trying to send a rocket into space, you have a piece of metal, you need that 100% pure. You would run that metal through magnets. The magnets would extract the impurities on the metal. You'd be left with the pure metal. And so you're basically doing that on just a spiritual level. And this resets your base as a person. So before this, I was a negativity generator, but now I'm a positivity generator. And I firmly believe that the outer world is the inner reflection of the world. Your outer world is the inner reflection of the inner world. So like, if you're sad, you're angry, you're loving, you're joyful, all you're saying is I'm vibrating at a different frequency. So each emotional state has a different frequency. And just like a radio station, if you tune into a certain radio station, you get that station. So if you're all sad all the time, you attract sad people.
Sad people.
If you're angry all the time, you get angry people. But if you're happy, loving, joyous, and want to help people, that's the type of people you attract in your life, which is obviously beneficial for you. And that ethos is baked into both companies, which is a winning situation for everyone, actually.
Yeah, so it's like when you said about the magnet, it's like that big magnet trying to extract everything and just uncovering the layers that we all are, which is human. We're light beings.
Yeah, but this one's like it's not easy too. It's honestly one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Just
the
no, it's
dark night of the soul. Come on, like
fun
I felt
of
like
fun of those. I mean, it's very rewarding, but like after that, you're all.
It's rewarding, but because like for me, like when I had for example, like I felt different towards say some of my family members or friends, and it's like when they act in a way, I'll be like, I start judging, and then I understood that this is actually something to do with me, because if we're all the same, that's if he is me and I am her, or I am him, so there's something that is not right within me. So that forced me to really look into it and then really face that part of myself, and it's not comfortable at all.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, and you're right. Like whenever someone else does triggers you, it really just
it triggers.
100% has to do with you. So it just shows that you have something. Some work needs to be done. And I believe I 100% believe in God's plan. I think God has a plan for me, and who am I to question God's plan? Like I'm just a person.
That's true.
And I think it's gonna be good for me. So that mindset works.
It's for our highest good.
Yeah, but the same point aside, I think like hardships and like triggering, I think they're lessons that you need to learn.
Yes.
So the thing is, if you don't learn your lesson,
it's gonna keep repeating itself, coming, especially when it comes to like, let's say, relationship or whatever, like a financial. Like, what are you not paying attention? What are you not changing?
Yeah.
It's really, how do I say this? It's really a true reflection of you, and like, okay, you pray for a sign, and then God gives you something, but it's not as like what you expected, and I'm like, why? What? This is not what I asked for. Yeah, that's not the one that I'm asking for, and then you push it away, and you pray again, and there's another one, but it comes in different form.
Yeah, it's like, God, give me $1 million, and he's like, okay, here's a massive problem.
Here's an idea.
Here's a problem for you to solve. It's like, no, I just want the $1 million.
Exactly.
And you're just like thank you. Then you just ignore. It's like, no.
Yeah.
And then you get better.
Yeah. But then I believe everybody's in their own journey. So, and I believe the world is waking up as well. Their consciousness definitely.
If you think of the consciousness level, so everything is from a scale to 1,000, and this is measurable. So shame is the lowest emotion you can feel. So don't feel shame. But if you're below 200, that's when you're taking energy from someone. So that's like anger, fear, sadness, hate. So that's around 200. But that's also where you're most controllable, most likely to act. So if you look at social media from that lens, if there's a governmental power trying to control the people, they're going to try to push that level of consciousness. The good thing is more people are waking up, and we're just past the 200 states. So that'll accelerate with blockchain and AI and all that stuff. And to give you a scale, joy, peace, love, those are around the 500s. People like Mother Teresa, Gandhi, they got to like around 700.
Right.
The Bible, beautiful pieces of art,
Mm-hmm.
like architecture, they all have a vibrational state too. So if you look at a beautiful like building, it's like that's nice. It's because it's high
Yeah.
vibe, and
Yes.
the people who
Eh,
topped off the scale are actually Jesus, Buddha, and
Jesus. Yeah.
Krishna. So
Buddha.
they're the three
Krishna.
people who
Yeah.
got to 1,000.
Right.
Which
Enlightenment. Right.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
And the heights.
the
Yeah.
emotional one. Yeah,
The map of consciousness. Yeah.
yeah. That's a great one. And then from there, I think it goes
Yeah,
into
let me
40.
see.
David R. Hawkins. That's the one.
Yeah.
Emotional vibrational scale.
Yeah. That's correct.
Which is funny. Which is why I don't get like the hate amongst religions. I'm just
Right. This one.
yeah. That's the exact one.
Enlightenment. Yeah. So it's the green reason and integrity, neutrality, willingness, and acceptance, and then you go to the spiritual paradigm, which is reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And up until pride, that's survival.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when you're living in scarcity. So
Exactly. Fear mindset.
so this goes into a point on how I do business. So I think everyone has an inner purpose and an outer purpose, and it's good that
Yep.
you have the scale because now you actually know what I'm talking about. It's like everyone's inner purpose is the same.
Mm,
My inner purpose and yours is to raise our own level of consciousness, which is essentially climbing up that scale. What happens when I
yes.
raise my own? It raises those around me, it raises those around me, and then
Yes.
it raises those around them, and everyone just moves up as a collective. So every
True.
decision I make is, does it raise my vibe? Does it lower my vibe?
There's
So that's
no
the
way about
inner
yeah.
purpose, and the outer purpose is how do I manifest my gifts into business things to help
Yeah.
raise my. And this just specifically happened for me with ShopX and Data.ing. It just worked that way. It sounds like it'll
Yeah.
manifest for you within your
My
coaching business.
coaching and
Yeah,
therapy. Yeah, because
yeah,
the essence is to help people understand that, you know, trauma is just is to uncover whatever root causes that they have, and then help them move up.
but yeah, that's what the Vipassana meditation did so well. Because the way he describes it, you go to the root. Because it's
Yes.
tenfold and just straight inner work.
Exactly.
So,
And there's this thing that they said I don't know, there were two studies done. Like one group was made to sit in a room and they have their own phones, and then the other one phones were taken from them, but they couldn't even sit still for like 5 minutes because with their own thoughts.
oh yeah,
And that is one thing that I really learned the hard way as well. Like
oh yeah.
I never
Oh,
liked, I couldn't sit still with my own thoughts. It's like I just had to find some distraction right now. I love solitude. I
oh,
need my time.
oh yeah. No, like I'll book time midday if I need like an hour. Just like leave me alone. I like to meditate, or I'll do. My best time is in the morning. But like if you think if you think of meditation like an email inbox, for first, if let's say you had a life email inbox, you haven't checked it once. So when you first open it for the first time, it's just a shitload of emails, and you get overwhelmed
Yeah.
because like when you first start, like the thoughts are pretty insane. You're like, and your body's like,
Yes.
I need to check my phone. I need coffee. I
Yeah.
need
I need, oh, I got Eric today in the morning and I got
yeah,
another one
yeah.
later. So it's like, oh, okay, no, but no.
But you have to treat it like you have to treat it like a dog. It's like you're gonna sit. In 15 minutes, you can get your water, but you'll be fine. Just sit, and
Yes.
then
Just
eventually,
sit. Yeah.
and then eventually, like as you meditate more, you adjust more in the emails. Your mind gets clearer and clearer, and then
Yeah.
eventually, it gets just. It's one of the
And
best things
also
ever.
exactly, it is also, it's not about like trying to get thing trying not to just tick things off your to-do list.
No,
Like I
that's not the
use
point. It's,
yeah,
it's whatever
exactly.
happens.
Like,
Whatever happens, happens.
I threw that away, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit with my feelings. I'm gonna sit with what is it that is calling me to do? What is that divine calling me to do today?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and and also because I'm about to graduate, so I'm finishing up all the practice sessions with fellow students. So it's one of the requirements. So it's like one person, I just connected with her, and she was like, Thursday I can't do Wednesday, but Wednesday I'm super free. She can't do it, but Thursday I have something planned out. But I'm like, I need this because I need to graduate. But it's like the morning is my time with my sister. I'm going to do session with her, and then the second one with that person, and then nighttime I have another podcast. So I'm like, if I were to operate in fear, why I'm going to be exhausted. But if I'm operating in the side of love, I'm like, I think I can do it, and it's also good for my practice because when I do get into it and then I open up my own thing, I'm gonna have people with this differing time zones and time schedule.
Yeah.
So take it as a practice, and if God gives you like this, if you can't do it, then there's a way. I mean, you're meant to do it. You can handle it.
Yeah, no, and that's honestly a really good way to look at it. It's like, yeah, like when you have your own
Yeah,
practice,
exactly. And
they're gonna
if God brings you to it, He will bring you through it, right?
correct. He gives you what he knows you can handle.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah. So if you're gonna do a thriving business, I tell myself like, you want to do you leave your 9 to 5 because you want to do podcasting because you love talking to people, you want to learn from different people, and then but at the same time you want to help people through therapy and coaching. So I'm giving you this. Yeah. So perfect. Okay. So Eric, what is next for you?
I don't know. I'm just kind of living the moment. So ShopX is going to do really well. So obviously, a cryptocurrency, the bull market back, we're extremely well positioned to just capitalize off of that. So that's what we're going to do. Data.ing is going to just do its thing. It's going to get a billion users pretty quickly because it's honestly just a really good idea. It's like
Yeah.
that one's so
Where are
easy.
you guys right now on that 1 billion mark?
So we're around 400 on the wait list, and the reason we have the wait list,
Wow.
the reason we have the wait list going is because you need time to actually train the AI. So as soon as the wait list is done, the app is live. We have funds set in place to actually just start marketing and just setting up referral programs, paying
Yeah, but
influencers.
yes, I saw you had a convention, I think, back in LA about that dating. So it's to get people to be aware of this app, right? Under
No,
that
so that was just like a talk, like a fireside chat type of thing.
fireside chat. Okay.
Yeah, so which dating just happens to be included in that. So for me personally, I think there's three realms of existence. There's the physical realm, there's the mental realm, and then there's the spiritual realm. So wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. So
Flows.
I'm
Yeah.
splitting up my time between the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, just trying to explore those. I think the spiritual is much more interesting to me right now. I think the
Yeah, yeah,
physical,
yeah, 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 totally. Like I just want to sit and like
yeah,
explore my own, go
but you
into
can't.
5D and come back. But I gotta pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Yeah,
physical. So I think we're both in the same place for that. I was like, I still need to focus on this a bit, but like at the same time, just like,
exactly. Like I
was a
would love to go to that 10-day Vipassana retreat, wherever it is. Like I want to go to Ecuador or whatever. But then I'm like, okay, you gotta get something off the ground first, and then get your financials sorted because you still need to come back with a
her.
to a shelter.
That's what I thought too. Because when I first heard
Right.
about it, I'm just like, I can't just take $10 off. But after the second, some random second person I trusted recommended is like, okay, then at that point, I just signed up and just went full. I just signed up, and then when I just got accepted, I just texted both teams. I'm gone for 10 days. Good luck. And they're like, oh well, because it's a
But
cool
then the
reason.
world didn't end, right?
Nope.
It's gonna be better for them because you raise your consciousness level. You
Exactly. So,
understood something that you didn't understand back in the first
oh,
retreat. Yeah,
100%. And the cool thing is
exactly.
this specific one is free too. So you just sign up. There's centers
No
all over the world.
way, it's free.
It's free and the facilities are pretty good. So the main center's in India, and I hear that one's like an
Awesome.
oasis. But like I went to the one in the United States. There's probably some. I guarantee you there's some in Malaysia. Actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, just check out Vipassana, and then everything is taken care of: room, board, food. You just because you're not doing anything, you don't really need anything. You just have you have a walking path, you have a meditation hall, you have a dining center, and you just kind of walk around like little ants. Just you're on gong time. Just when you wake up, you hear a gong sound. It's time.
Ding.
Yeah, there you go. You meditate. The gong rings. It's time to eat. Oh, meditate. Then yeah,
Wow.
it's a good experience.
I will. I will. And then once I go to one, and then I will let you know.
Oh, please do.
Okay, what is your heart's greatest wish, Eric? I know we kind of touched about it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, just spread as much positivity in the world as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mantra. Do you have a mantra that you live by?
As above, so below.
So below.
That one's one, and the other one is I do what I feel like, and I believe everything works out. So those are the two. Those are the two big ones.
Yeah, I love the first one because I live by that too. And
Yeah.
so as within, so without. Yeah, that's it. That's the hermetic principle, though, right?
Correct. So Hermeticism,
Hermeticism. Oh,
that's a fun
I
rabbit hole, dude.
love reading about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too. It's like a rabbit hole, like you. Like I like to sit in that, but I'm like, okay, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. You gotta do your job, and then
but I
just
don't know. It's just so much. Well, for me, it's all baked
it
in, so it's
is.
cool. Like, because I've noticed a bunch of the people I talk like relatively high up people, they
They
all
don't
fucking
know,
no, no,
like I.
a lot of people know. That's the thing.
Oh, really? Okay,
Like,
okay. Like they know about Alan Watts or Freud or
yeah.
Carl Jung and
Well,
all those things.
I may just be attracting that type of people, but a lot of people in like I
Right.
guess
Okay. Good. Good.
higher
Good.
positions,
Right.
they
Right.
all at least understand that on some aspect, whether it be subconsciously,
At least. Yeah.
like yeah. So like yeah, a lot of people because I think a lot of the reason why they got so successful is because they had a spiritual practice. It's much
Yeah.
harder to do without a spiritual practice. So like
Exactly. Because you're just going against the current. That's it.
yeah, well,
And
when you can just follow the current.
yeah.
And if you're going against the current, we probably wouldn't match in real life in the first place. So
Exactly. Is there anything that keeps you up at night, or do you sleep well?
I sleep extremely well. Most of my dreams are lucid, which is cool. So that's something I took.
Really, I don't know. I've been forgetting my dreams. Like I went into tarot. I went into divination, whatever thing that like I was called to. So it's like, okay, pay attention to your dreams. Like all these messages that I pay attention to. I can't really remember my dreams. Like really, like fractions of it.
It's hard. It took me a while. The meditation retreat really did help with that. For what I don't know, I wasn't like supposed to, but it just did. So, like during the meditation retreat, my dreams are extremely vivid, and I start remembering pretty much all of them just because I think you're doing work on your whole self. You unlock your subconscious. So obviously, when you dream, you're just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that happened. So well, it's cliche. I have two journals that I keep. One's a gratitude journal, so I just write whenever I wake up. I write things I'm thankful for. That's the vibe for the day. Obviously, gratitude is a good vibe for abundance. If you're thankful for just stuff, you'll get more stuff, which is cool. And the other thing is a dream journal too. So I and it's hard like because after like the first minute you forget your dreams, but after like months of just writing down your dreams, at least like the main parts, 3 bullet points, you'll get better at remembering them. And then there really are lessons in your dreams, like it's your
Mm.
subconscious screaming at you, it's like pay attention to this. So then
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good practice. And
Okay.
plus if you have lucid dreams, which I would say about a third of mine are, it's like you can stack your wins pretty well too. So like imagine like for business, like imagine you have success after success after success. You feel good, you get more successes. So you can do that at night too. So when you have a lucid dream, you win. Like I'll just fly around a bit. I'll hang out with like famous people like Miyamoto Musashi, like Alan Watts. So we'll just
Yeah.
kick
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'll wake up feeling like I did that because I think I actually did. So
Ooh.
then
Yeah. Because you
you
did
s-
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you start off your day strong. It's like I just had a
Awesome.
so
That's a good way of looking at it. Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna. Okay. I have a journal, but I'm not consistent at it. But
Yes,
right now that I'm free.
that's what I was too. It's like, I was never consistent with the journal because I can't even read my own handwriting, to be honest. But the fact of writing it down, yeah,
Yeah.
I had to force myself. You're gonna write it.
Yes. So I can show even on my next to my bed there is like a book, like it says 100 dreams. I put
Yeah,
a pen right in the middle of it, but it's never written. But I will start it.
yeah. It takes time, but it's worth it. And then
Yeah. Okay, last question. If you could create a quote right now for you to leave to the audience listening in the world as your legacy, what would it be?
I think everyone is a conscious creator, whether they know it or not. So when you're conscious of creating, just follow these 2 rules: don't harm anyone and don't take anything away from anyone, and you should be chilling.
Perfect.
Yeah, those are solid.
Beautiful.
No, not more people follow that in the future.
Wow, Eric, you're doing great work. You're such I can tell you're super going towards that enlightenment. Like I don't speak to a lot of people like yourself, but I enjoy speaking to you today.
I did too. That was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I felt the vibe like when I said, "Oh, okay, this one." Yeah, yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
my name is Eric. Okay, he's friendly enough.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
hate when
it's
I hate when people jump in a pitch. I'm just like, especially like in-person events, they're like, oh, it's like, whoa,
yeah, yeah, it's like,
slow
and then
down,
I saw it's like
buddy.
he's spoken. You receive like reviews for about 66. Okay, he's spoken to a lot of people, but okay,
Yeah,
you know, I'm just gonna treat him like
yeah.
a friend, like
That's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah,
we're all the same. If I'm afraid of you, if I feel like some kind of inferiority towards you, I'm like,
which you're
and you're
not.
gonna, and
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
know,
feel the same way. And that's gonna be reflected back to me. I don't want that. So
and honestly,
just
it's extremely annoying when people do that. Where you're
yeah,
just like,
you
dude,
can
just
tell, right? You can
chill.
tell. Yeah, just chill. We
Yeah,
got this.
it's kind of cringe, but yeah,
Awesome, awesome. And it helps that you're Filipino.
yes,
Perfect. Mabuhay.
yes,
Okay. All right, Eric. Thank you for your time. Once this airs, I will be sure to tag you.
yeah, sounds good. And so I'll do the thing. I'll reshare from my personal accounts and team accounts. Is there anything I can do to support the channel in the meantime, or
Awesome. I'd probably well, we're connected on LinkedIn, so if I
yeah,
have
like
some
yeah, just
questions,
reach out. Feel free to reach
yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah.
Cham. And if you have book recs and stuff, actually, I'll send you some cool
Book
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
send you some cool stuff. Actually,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
please, please, please.
yeah, we'll
Thank you
do.
so much. Let's share. Like,
Yeah,
let's see where we are.
knowledge transfer.
Yeah, knowledge transfer. Okay, all right. Thank you. Bye bye. You
Okay,
have a great day.